as we are experiencing right now with a client who happens to be on this broadcast, who will remain unnamed, we're working on a change of ownership and a subordination for that client. And the client's lender is an SBA approved direct lender, and they approved the loan for the buyout, change of ownership, and then promptly torpedoed the entire process through bad paperwork, incompetence, frankly, just not paying attention to the unique nature of the COVID-19 EIDL program and not communicating with the SBA in a way that would have made this process much smoother for our client and unnecessarily hiring us. Not only are small businesses struggling to get financing because they're writing off all their expenses and not showing enough income, but secondarily, if they are making enough income, they can find reasonable financing. The lender doesn't know how to do or refuses to deal with the subordination. The lender doesn't want to be in a second position or doesn't know how to get into a second position behind the COVID-19 EIDL, especially when the lender's attorneys read the loan agreement and all of the somewhat onerous restrictions on the business. The lender might say, oh, heck no. That's my opinion of the landscape. I swear, what happens if business took an EIDL, goes out of business, has no future? What you must do, SwearWorks, is contact the SBA. They have a procedure for closing your business. There are forms. So as I say to everyone,
this is a great question.
If you have a basic protocol about your business, whether you're changing your physical address, changing your mailing address, closing your business, filing bankruptcy, selling assets, change of ownership, bringing in investors, getting financing, SBA is going to have a procedure for it. And there's going to be paperwork involved.
There's going to be
paperwork. And all of
paperwork.
that's in the guidebook, by the way.
I mean, you could try it yourself and try to manage the process, but one of the clients that hired us, he originally had a 1-hour call and said, I got it, no problem. I'll take care of it.
Until the lender screwed it up.
And then he was back.
And as of today, the lender is still screwing it up. But I hope I fixed it. Thank you, Lisa Air Force, for your compliment. The feathers that you saw, the feather boas, were sent to us by a client who used our guidebook to have their business, their SBA COVID-19 EIDL, brought back from collections at U.S. Treasury and enrolled in SBA's Hardship Accommodation program. He wrote us a lovely email about how the guidebook instructions were easy to follow, and he followed instructions exactly as I laid them out, and he had his approval. And he said, you saved the business and you saved families and you saved livelihoods with that. And we have an office. This is our home, but we have an office and we don't go there very often. So one day we went to the office and there's a giant box in front of our door, and we open it up, and inside was feather boas and angel wings. The company makes all that stuff for like Lady Gaga and Elton John.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So we're riffing on it. And I just want to answer Pavel's question. If I reduce payments, does it mean I'm delinquent? Yes, that's what it means.
Yes.
Okay, so when it comes to getting other types of federal financing, if you default on a federal debt, any type of federal debt, if you got a mortgage that was insured by the Federal Housing Administration under the Department of Housing and Urban Development on your personal house, and you want to get an SBA loan, or vice versa, if you have defaulted on the one, you will not be able to participate in getting the other one in most all cases. I recommend you call the SBA and ask them how to get enrolled in hardship accommodation for hardship accommodation, or buy our guidebook and follow, or better yet, call the SBA, have them send you the application, send in an email, ask them the application, and get our guidebook. I'm sorry, you're right.
Our guidebook?
You're right. Never call the SBA.